In this small town in northern Israel, an unusual gathering is taking place. These folks, in their 70s and 80s, and their families, are heroes of sorts. Known as righteous Gentiles, they helped save Jews from persecution and extermination during the Nazi Holocaust. A little-known fact is that some of them eventually moved to Israel and settled here. Viktor Melnik was a young teenager in the Ukraine during the Second World War. He and his family risked their lives smuggling food to the Jews and even hiding 50 of them.
When I got here, I felt like immediately I belonged, and I forgot that I was ever in the Ukraine. Israel is my home and in my heart. We meet up from time to time, but we're old, and our numbers are dwindling. Does Israel owe me anything? Certainly not. If anything, I owe Israel. Israel is surrounded by many enemies.
These people did so much for us, for the Jewish people, for humanity. They risked their lives to save other people in the darkest period of humanity. And there's nothing enough that we can do for them. Many of those who live in Israel came because they married people that they saved. Others came because the ties forged between them and their survivors were so strong that they decided to come and join them in later years. Some people came because the situation in Israel is a lot better than their homeland country, and other people also came because they felt that if they would stay in their towns in Poland or in Eastern Europe, they would be persecuted by the people around them after they found out that they had saved Jews.
This gathering is taking place at the Nagish Cafe in Ramat Yishai, northern Israel. It's a special coffee house founded by a special person, Esther Greenberg. She herself was recognized as a righteous Gentile for helping her family save Jews in her native Holland.
I just think that there are a lot of people perhaps walking here in Israel and were saved by my family, but I don't know. You never know it. Nothing was spoken about it, and after the war nobody spoke, and my father didn't return, and my uncle didn't return, and another uncle he was betrayed.
Esther moved to Israel in the 1950s after training as a nurse. She converted to Judaism and today has set up this unique cafe which is entirely run by the disabled. Israel has given honorary citizenship and a small stipend to the righteous Gentiles, but this is sometimes not enough, and that is where the NGO Atzum steps in.
That they know that someone in Israel cares about them, visits them. We go on home visits. They have adoptive grandchildren that come and visit them. Someone that sends flowers for their birthdays and sends cards for holidays. That means so much for people, especially for people that are in the last years of their lives, and some of them who are in Israel on their own and their families are abroad.
Their numbers are dwindling every day, and yet they are a reminder that there were those who threw in their lot with the Jews and left Europe to live out their lives in the Jewish state, which is arguably the ultimate answer to the Holocaust. From Ramat Yishai in northern Israel, this is Aryeh O'Sullivan reporting for the Media Line.